You know, the effect it had on my family was tough. I've got a daughter who was unbelievably, she was wounded. She thought, when you mentioned that word, and I don't even like saying it, to be honest, they think that it's going to take over and destroy you and you're going to lose what we had together, which is a really tight-knit family, you know, 2 sons, a daughter, mum and dad, partner, you know, relations. It was like more for them, you know, you feel more for them, not so much for yourself. After about 2 years, I couldn't even walk to the end of the street without wearing pads and without leaking, and nobody really knows, only close family knows. And to be fair, it's the first time I really spoke about it because I kept it from everybody. I always got to work with a smile on my face. I make people laugh. I try to make people laugh. I try and enjoy myself. That was tearing me to pieces, and I went to the hospital, and because of the COVID, in the meantime, I said, listen, people are passing away and I'm wet. Deal with them first and just wait for me. They operated about January the 9th, it was this year, and fitted me with, it's called an artificial urinal sphincter, which is basically like putting your hand over a hose pipe, and I control it, so I can go to the toilet when I want now. And you wouldn't believe just waking up and putting on a pair of boxer shorts and you're dry, and standing here now doing this, dry, walking across the pitch if I want to, I'm dry. Being out playing with my grandkids, I'm dry. I still don't hoover, I still don't wash up, but that's a domestic story.
I had a dry, tickly cough which had been going on for probably about 12, 18 months, and through COVID it was just a bit embarrassing rather than being uncomfortable and painful. And in June of 2021 I decided to go and have a wellness check, just something I would recommend all men to do, especially when you get to the ripe old age of 50s like I am. And I went to have a check. They took my bloods, and the doctor, Dr. Sally Harris, was a bit concerned that one of the bloods was a bit high, so she sent me for a CT scan, an MRI CT scan. And then unfortunately came back with the news that she'd found a tumour on my kidney. She said the size of it told her that it had to be cancer, and that I needed surgery. So obviously not the news that you want to hear, or a bit of a shock for me. But I think from the minute I spoke with the surgeon, Mr. Gullam Hussain, who performed the operation, I just decided to have the mindset that I was going to be a good news story. And thankfully, that's how it's turned out. I went in for surgery in the July of 2021, removed my left kidney. I was off work for probably about 6 weeks, but then literally on the Tuesday of the 6th week, I was back on the grass and back working again. And thankfully it has been a good news story, and I stand here today, feel really healthy, feel really happy, and hopefully I've got rid of it. I woke up one morning and fortunately I had a rather large testicle, which I just thought it was an infection. That was on a Thursday, and on Saturday we had a home game. I think it was playing Gillingham. So I asked the club doctor to have a look at it, and he wasn't too impressed. Tuesday I saw a consultant at Carlisle. He barely looked at it, really, to be honest, and just said, right, that's coming out as soon as possible. So yeah, I got that taken out on the following Tuesday, September the 13th, I think it was. And at that point, I thought, well, it's all been contained in the testicles, so it's benign, and you know, I'm clear now. So, but then I had a follow-up consultation at the end of October, which I breezed into, thinking, oh, this is just routine. And then he sat me down and said, I'm sorry, but you've got 2 types of cancer. You're going to have chemo. One of the types is quite aggressive. So then I was handed over to the Freeman Hospital at Newcastle. So I went in there in, I think it was November the 15th, and had 4 days intensive treatment. Luckily, when I came out for my recovery, I came out on the Friday and the World Cup started on the Sunday, so it took my mind off it a bit. there's just this bond between us now, because we get together with like three old women talking about, well, I've got this, did you have this?
You know, it's been tough, but it's, you know, I look at Jeff, and Jeff was in a really, really bad place when he took his. Simo was, you know, you don't know what's going to happen. All his family were affected, and I know what they're feeling, and he knows what I'm feeling. Jeff now knows what we're feeling, and we can sort of help each other.
We keep talking about it. Men don't speak to each other about these sort of things, but I think it's really important that you do speak and help each other. I'm doing Race for Life because of the support and help that I was given in the hospital, and the research into cancer has been tremendous. You know, so me doing the race is me putting a little bit back and helping out. You don't have to run it. You can walk it. Get out there and you know, push things back, and you'll enjoy the fact that that feeling that you're helping. Because everybody will have somebody that they know who's got or had cancer, and if they can help in the long term, you know, the figures are getting, unfortunately, one time I think it was 1 in 3 people it's affected. Now it's 1 in 2, so the Race for Life can only help in that respect.